What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Green Dreamers. I'm your host, Nate, and today we're going to be playing with that Free Folk deck that we built in my last video. If you didn't see that video, basically we put together a deck that anyone can play with and win with. It doesn't matter if you're a newer player or someone who's been playing the game for years, you're going to be able to pick up this deck and do pretty well with it. So with that in mind, I haven't played with this deck at all. We're just both going to be playing it, you and I, together right now on Green Dreamers. So we're just going to jump in, and this is what the deck looks like. If you want to see it, I can leave a link to the deck in the comments, so you can download the deck, play with it if you want. And yeah, we're just going to see how things go today. It's a Free Folk deck, so it should be pretty easy to pilot. I decided to create my own room for this. I know before I was saying I just jump in, and if you're doing casual, I think that's fine, but I just think it's fair to the other player to let them know that we will be recording this video, so I left that in the name of the, I guess, game room that I'm creating. So, alright, we'll just... Alrighty, so it looks like we're playing against a Martel Sea of Blood deck. We'll start off with a little, hey, have fun, good positive note. So he's going to be having a lot of military icons, I imagine, because of his agenda. So it may be hard to get through with our challenges. But we do have a rattle shirt, which is really good. And our setup is pretty decent, so I think we're going to keep this. And we're going to be able to play out 3 pretty good cards. Got some economy, a beefy military icon, and then this guy who just doesn't kneel to attack when we have lower reserve, and a lot of our cards don't have very high reserve. Oh, should we just marched here? Did he mulligan? Is that what happened? No, he kept his hand. He has 1 card in the shadows. So we might marched here. We run the risk of him like having a Varys' Riddle, and then we get double marched, which would kind of suck. So maybe we don't want to march here. We could play this. We could play this. Some 2 claim plots to start out the game. But how much gold would we be getting? We want to consider that, all the gold we're going to get. So if we played this, we'd get 5 gold. And that wouldn't be enough to play Rattle Shirts unless we used our event, which I don't know if we want to use that right now. If we play Vanquish the Unbelievers, we're getting 6 gold. Is that like so much of a difference? This guy has Intimidate, so I think going first would be important. So we're just going to go ahead and play this. Okay, and he did play Varys' Riddle, so it's a good thing we didn't play Marched. It was definitely something to consider, and it looks like we made the right call here because his plot is going to be useless. We'll make ourselves go first, which we wanted. This actually has lower reserve than him, so our Crow Killers is going to be turned on. And now we're getting 6 gold as opposed to 5, so that's pretty good. Let's see what we want to do. We got Mag the Mighty, which is awesome. And we have Last of the Giants, so we're probably going to use that to put him into play. So we'll want to save 2 gold. And I think we should get out a character. So we can play one of our 4-cost characters, like Rogue Wildling or Rattleshirts Raiders. This guy kind of has an effect that wouldn't do anything if we just played him outright, but he does have another icon. And this guy has no attachment. So we might just play him, and then we'll use this to put Mag into play and get some serious claim going. So that'll do it for our turn. And our plot is really good because all of our characters are wildlings. So this is just a 5-8-2. Start the game off strong. He doesn't have that much gold to spend, and he's really going to have to get out characters to keep up with the pressure we're going to put on. So we'll see what he does. This is Martel, and it's Sea of Blood, so it wouldn't surprise me if he had something along the lines of Vengeance for Elia, and then we'd have to do some claims, so we have to be careful about that. Per his agenda, he can't do challenges, or he can't play events during intrigue or power challenges, so we might consider throwing some intrigue at him first. I imagine what he's going to do is use Shadow City Bastard to take away Crow Killer's icons. That sounds like the right thing to do, because this guy's going to be able to do 2 challenges at least. Another good thing, we might not put in Mag with Last of the Giants here if he doesn't play out more characters that kind of warrant that. And if he does strip icons, we can, boom, give him 3 icons with that, which is really good. So this deck offers a little bit of answers, but I don't think it's too many that a newer player picking it up wouldn't be able to, like, kind of figure out in the moment what they want to do. It's not that complex. It's pretty easy to use. And it replaced itself, so this card's really good for the deck. Alright, so it looks like he's sitting on 2 gold, so, alright. He's going to use that. Totally fine, I imagined he would. Alright, we're going to name Wildling. Make sure you pick the correct trait. You don't want to accidentally pick something else. Alright, he's just going to use that again. That's totally fine. He might be getting a little gung-ho. Alright. Wildling. Cool. So, he only has 1 character. He probably has Vengeance for Elia, just because he sat on 2 gold. And I don't know that I want to risk that to claim military coming back at me. We can always march if we have to. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to play off to Goldtown, give him his icons back, and maybe get some intrigue challenges through. Hopefully we can hit that Vengeance because he cannot play it during intrigue or power challenges. So let's go ahead and... I guess we do have a lot of options here. Let's do this. Let's just start off with the military. That's probably the least important challenge for us to win at this point because he only has 1 character, and I doubt he's running 2 Varys' Riddle. We could always just play March next turn. So if he defends and wins this, we're fine. And if he does have Vengeance for Elia, then that's fine. We'll just probably claim him and play out some cards, do some challenges. We'll just see what happens. Okay, so he's going to defend and win, which is totally fine for us. We don't need to win the military. We're looking at hitting him with Claim 4 Intrigue, which we're going to be able to do now that his character is out. We're going to play this on Crow Killers, giving him all 3 icons back. And then... oh no! So he stopped that with Hand's Judgment, so we're not going to be able to do any challenges this turn. Kind of a bummer, but those are the breaks. And we're going to have to pitch 2 cards for reserve. I'm thinking we do Dala. I know she's draw, but like literally we have too many cards right now. The Horde should have helped, by the way. He's saying I could have used the Horde to win the military challenge, but I was looking at... yeah, I played off to Goldtown after the military challenge because I was okay with losing that. I guess I could have played it during the military challenge, and if he did have the cancel, then I could have decided to win, but I was planning on using off to Goldtown and using my agenda. That's why I didn't use the Horde. Okay. So we did win dominance, which is nice. And I think we're just going to march here after we discard our cards. So we'll discard the more expensive cards. We're kind of in need of cash right now. That's the only bad thing about this deck is it is expensive. For sure it's expensive. Yeah, let's just go ahead and march. We'll probably end up marching the Raiders. And then we'll go first. And even though we don't have claim 2, we can still get some stuff done. Okay, so he plays You Win or Die. And he has fewer power, so he's definitely going to make himself go first. It's the smart move. And he has lower reserve than we do. He's the only intrigue icon we have. So I just don't know if we should pick Crow Killers or Rattleshirts Raiders. I'm thinking we just do this. Have as much military out as we can, because he's got a claim 2 coming our way. Alright, we got some cheap cards, which is nice. We're going to be able to play out 5 gold worth of cards. And I'm thinking that's going to be Northern Refugee with a Werewood Bow, and then play Last of the Giants. Hopefully he doesn't have another Hand's Judgment. I don't know that he's going to save that much gold to where he could even play it. But that's going to be the plan. As we know, plans don't always hold up, but that's our current plan. It's nice they played You Win or Die, because he's going to lose his entire 9-card hand one way or another. If he plays out cards, we're just going to kill him off with our claim. And if he keeps them in his hand, they're just going to get discarded for reserve. Alright, so he's going to play Dorn, which will give him 1 reserve. That'll let him keep a card. He'll still be losing 7 cards if he doesn't play any more out. And I'm glad we didn't play a 2-claim plot this turn. I really don't think it would be necessary. He doesn't have much characters to kill. He doesn't have any power to steal, and then his hand is going away anyways, so I think March to the Wall was a good call here. And yeah, let's just get out these cards. And we've got 2 gold to sit on, so we can do some stuff. He might throw an Intrigue our way and do 2-claim Intrigue, which I don't know would be the worst thing. I think a 2-claim Military would hurt a lot, but a 2-claim Intrigue isn't terrible. It's not like we have the gold to play out all these cards anyways. Okay, so it looks like he is going to throw an Intrigue our way. We're just going to unoppose this. I mean, we could cheat in Dala and then win if we wanted to, but I don't know that that's necessary. If we unoppose it, he at least gets a power to steal. And I think I kind of made it clear why I don't think losing an Intrigue is the worst thing. Who do we lose? We lost Mag and Dala. Kind of sucks losing Mag, but it really doesn't affect him that much because he only has 1 character. And now at least we have some power to steal. Okay, so let's just do the Intrigue first. Probably doesn't matter the order we go in. And we'll use our agenda to claim another Intrigue card. It really doesn't matter. I mean, I guess we could have used the Horde, but I don't know that there was necessarily a wrong decision here. He just doesn't have that many characters out, which is good. It's good for us. It's kind of the goal of the deck, is to have them have as few characters as possible on the board. We'll do the military and we'll go ahead and apply Intrigue Claim with our agenda. Alright, he's going to use Dorn, which is totally fine. We get a power. And then we're just going to do a power challenge and steal that. Oh, I guess, yeah, we got to do this. Do the intrigue claim. Ooh, he calls it thinking. That's a really good event. You guys haven't heard. He calls it thinking is really good. Can stop pretty much anything aside from plots and agendas if your opponent doesn't have the gold. He runs a lot of events. I guess it's a Sea of Blood deck, so he wants to be pulling those events. But I don't know. Seems like a lot. And he's going to use Dorn to get a card, but we don't really care about giving him all of those cards because he's going to have to discard most of it with reserve. He's got a reserve of 1, so we can keep 1 card, but it's not a lot. Oh, and we're going to pillage. I totally forgot this guy has pillage. Put him in your mill decks, because he's a pillage card. Alright, and then we get dominance. So this is cool. We're up to 6 power. We have way more cards in hand, way more cards on the board. If he had Valor, he would probably play it next turn. So I think the plot we should play is trading with the Pentoshi, get out some of these cards. We'll be giving him gold, which is kind of bad, but he doesn't have any cards in his hands, so I think it's fine. Alright, so we'll go ahead and play this. That way if he does Valor, we can play out some cards, and if he doesn't Valor, I think that's fine. We don't need the 2 claim again because he just doesn't have any resources really to take. Let's see what he Okay, so he did Valor. So this was the right move, playing trading. We're going to have gold to play out characters again. And let's see. I will go first. Play trading. Doesn't really matter which order for these plots. So we'll give him 3 gold. A little bit of helping him out. I know he's had some tough times at the moment, so we're going to help him out. Throw him a little bit of gold. And alright, so we got some awesome draw here. Val is going to let us cheat in characters for her effect. And we have 11 gold. So we're going to want to play Val for sure. Weirwood Bow. And then... Man, we can use Val with both of these guys. I think we're just going to do that. So we're going to hang on to all of our gold. We can maybe win Dom. We maybe cheat this one of these people in or something. I don't know. But I'd rather sit on the cards. He has Nightmares, which he totally could. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I think it's good that we also sat on the gold because he just showed us he calls it thinking, so it's important to save some gold there. Alright, but we're going to be wanting to come at him with some claim 2 because he's going to have Dorn, so we're going to do the claim 2 intrigue with our agenda. Okay, so he doesn't play out any cards, he might not have any to play. And that's totally fine for us. Let's see if he passes actions. Alright, so we're going to do an intrigue. If he does have Nightmares, he now has lost the opportunity to use it because of his agenda. And we're going to use Val's effect to put out some characters. After that Valor, we're definitely going to need some characters to repopulate the board. And Val's a great way to get in characters. Alright, he's going to use Dorn, but I feel like he's so far behind, it's going to be hard for him to catch up, even with all the draw we're giving him. And we're going to be negating the draw for 2 of those challenges by doing a claim 2 intrigue with our agenda. Val is nice, because now she can use her effect again. This guy that just came out in the Greyjoy box is really good. Solid addition to the Free Folk deck. He combos great with Val, and he's like anti-Neil. You don't even have to ambush him in or put him in through any weird effects. You can just marshal him if a character's knelt. And we're going to use our agenda and apply some intrigue claim. We got a green blood trader, nice. Okay, so my thought here is we just stop. He probably won't be able to come back with any challenges. He could have like Sir Garrus in the shadows or something. I don't know. But I think it's better just to stop, especially if he does have Vengeance for Alia. We don't need to claim a character unnecessarily. We can just stop in Windom. Putting us up to 9 power. I don't know. I don't want to kind of count my eggs before they hatch, but I think we got this in the game. We got this game in the bag. Burning the Dead gets rid of our dead characters. Right? What does this card do? Remove. Alright, so he has burn. Oh man, so now we're gonna have to kill someone anyways with his effect because we're gonna win dominance. But we won't have to suffer his military claim, and now we can defend and stop him from triggering his agenda, so definitely a good call in not doing the military. And he has 0 claims, so we won't have to lose anyone for that, but we will have to kill someone for Ron Wood's effect. Because we're going to win dominance. This is a good card. Killing people. Just for losing dominance. Pretty good. Alright, we're up to 9 power. So what does this card do? Remove each non-unique character in each player's dead pile from the game. Then you draw a card for 1 gold. So bizarre. Okay, I'm thinking again we don't need the 2 claim. I guess we don't have a lot of cards. We could do this and then follow that up with counting coppers. He just doesn't have any characters out. I imagine he'll have to play some. Alright, his dual plot isn't going to do anything because there are not 2 non-army 6-cost characters. So that's cool. And we're going to make ourselves go first. Just do duel. Doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. Alright, pretty good draw. We got some characters. We got some nightmares. And alright, we got Mag. But we want to get out as much as we can this turn because everything is getting pitched at the end of the turn. So we'll play this, probably Last of the Giants with Mag the Mighty, and then a Nightmares. And we'll lose these 2 for reserve, but that's okay because next turn we're going to play Counting Coppers and fill up our hand again. And just keep on applying that pressure. And we definitely have lower reserve here with Crow Killers, so we are going to be able to do him in multiple challenges. Ooh, he's given us some gold with Gates of the Moon. I like that. I do like that. And the first action we're going to take is Nightmaring Obara. So she's going to have to stay out and basically get killed. Because we're going to do some Claim 2 challenges. I'm thinking maybe not playing Mag because he only has 2 characters. Clutch. Thank you. What a clutch Nightmares. Last of the Giants, we'll put this guy in, then we're just going to be able to do our military challenge completely unopposed. And that's it. That's GG, folks. GG. Thanks for the game. U32. U32, brother. U32. Alright, we're going to say bye-bye to this guy. We're going to update that. What did we just play against? Martel Sea of Blood. You can see I already have my Excel spreadsheet. We got one for the win, folks. The free folks. And let's play another game, depending on how long it takes. Figure we can probably do 2 games in this video. I know these videos are a little longer, but I'm really trying to show what the deck looks like. So if you are newer to the game, you might get some insight from just my thoughts. This game is being recorded. Thanks. Alright, so now everyone should know that this game is being recorded. I don't know how to... I guess I could write a message in the game, but if someone truly has an issue with it, I don't know. I'm just trying to accommodate people. Okay, so we're just going to start out with a friendly message. Hey there, have fun. And yeah, we'll see how this game goes. We're playing against Tyrell, Lord of the Crossing. I will admit I have not seen a Tyrell deck in a while, let alone a Lord of the Crossing deck. So this could be fun. He might rush me too quickly for my aggro to work, but that's okay. Should be a fun game. Alright, let's see if we want to keep this hand. My first thought is no. We have a lot of characters, which is definitely important. And we have the Ocean Road, but really our setup would just be like this, and maybe 2 Rattleshirts Raiders, and is that really enough? Maybe. Let's just see what happens. If you're a newer player, you might not know whether to maul or to keep, and maybe just keep and play every hand, see what works, see what doesn't work. So we're just going to jump in with 2 Rattleshirts Raiders. I hope he doesn't have any attachments, because they're going to be gonzo. And we'll see what he does. He took a mulligan. He might have had a worse hand. He might have had a better hand. Let's see what he throws down. Alright, he's got a pretty good setup. King Renly is super nice with a Garden Caretaker. Okay. So he's got some economy, pretty good setup. Now, his effect says he cannot be saved if I control a king character, which I've got Mance in my hand, who's a king, and that's pretty cool. So what should we play first? I'm thinking we go with Vanquish the Unbelievers. We'll be getting 6 gold, which is enough to play out Val, or have some for Last of the Giants. We'll go with that. And he does Time of Plenty. We should go second. He's going to be getting power with Lord of the Crossing, and we can steal that power with our 2-claim plot. Yeah. So we'll go second. It's easier to win challenges if your opponent has gone first anyways. Alright, so we got some economy. Economy's good. Nothing wrong with a little economy. So we could potentially have 7 gold to spend. It's just an awkward number, because these are 2 and Val is 6. I kind of wanted to get out Val and maybe play 1 as well. We run the King's Road in this deck, but we haven't seen that. That's okay. If he doesn't play out a ton of characters, we should be fine. Which it doesn't look like he did. And he won't be able to save Renly if we use Last of the Giants with Mance. This could be an interesting turn. And then we can follow up with a March next turn, because he'll probably just have Renly left after these challenges. Okay, let's do some math. So he has no gold. He could have some events, but we could play out both of these and put Val into play and use her effect for that. That doesn't really make sense though. But let's do this. We want to have enough for potentially 2. So we'll put him into play. And then that's enough for 2, so we'll just use this instead of the Ocean Road, because the Ocean Road we can just use next turn. This will give us gold, but it won't give us gold this turn, so... Alright, that looks pretty good. And we're just going to name the Wildling trait so we don't lose any of our characters. This plot is really good, just came out in the Greyjoy box. I think the Greyjoy box gave some powerful cards to Free Folk, like this and the Rogue Wildling, so he doesn't do any challenges. That's pretty cool when our deck is so aggressive and fear instilling that he doesn't want to do any challenges. And our goal is going to be to win 2 challenges and have him claim 4 characters. And I think we can definitely win an intrigue. Maybe. No, because he's only 5. So I'd be a 6, and he could defend with a 7. And then Renly will stand. Does this give it until the end of the challenge? All right. So let's see how we want to do this. Can we win the power? Still, I think we cannot. We can win the military for sure with Mag. And then Mag will get Intimidate. I think we just got to do that. So we'll put Mag into play. Mag will get Intimidate. We can win the military. Have him claim some people. And then we're probably also going to put out Mance into this challenge so that we can win whatever second challenge we need to. And he won't be able to save Renly because of our king. And we'll be killing off some characters, but that's fine. Like, we only run 1 Mance. Mag's gonna die, which kind of sucks, but to establish this early game pressure, we want to start fast and aggressive. So we're going to do a military with Mag, and he will not be able to win this unless he has some crazy events, which I don't know what events he could have. He could have, like, Iron Bank will have its due. Put this person back in the hand and, I don't know, maybe play some cards. Okay, that's totally fine, because we're going to be able to win a challenge with Mance Raider and this guy. And we're just going to... can we intimidate anyone? Not really. We could intimidate this guy, but I don't want to have to kill anyone more than we need to, so we'll just kill Mag. He's going to die anyways. And then he's going to have to kill 3 people right here because of Mag, and then our 2-claim military, and he will not be able to save Renly's with his dupe because we have Mance out. So our goal is going to be to get him down to 1 character and then march next turn, and it's going to be really hard for him to make a comeback from that. Let's see who he claims. I guess we won't need to play March, because I think with Mag, we're going to get all of our claims through. Okay, so he's going to try to claim Renly, but he probably forgot about Mance. Although it doesn't really matter, except Renly could... Yeah, Renly could have defended the challenge at the very least. Yeah, so he forgot that Renly couldn't be saved. And sometimes that happens, yeah. So he's kind of upset. Sorry, man. Sorry, bud. Nobody reads the print on Renly. That's funny. You definitely want to. You want to know your cards. And we're just going to do another claim to challenge, and then this will make it a military, so he goes down to 0, which is the point of the deck. We want him to have 0 characters on the board. Yeah, so it's just going to be really hard for him to make a comeback at this point because he only has like 1 card out, 4 cards in hand. He like has to play a reset to try and keep up with us. It's just going to be an uphill battle for him. And if we draw characters, we'll be fine. That's why the deck is so loaded with characters, because we just always want to have characters. We know a reset's going to come at some point, but that's totally fine. We got Val. We're going to be able to play Val next turn, depending on what we play. I'm kind of thinking maybe play Counting Coppers, but I don't know. Then we might not have enough gold to play out cards if we need to. Let's look at our plots. This will have us go second, which is fine. This will give us cards, but he doesn't really have a lot of claim. I guess we could play this and then Counting Coppers, because this will at least give us enough gold to play out Val. I just don't know that we need this right now, unless he resets. Alright, let's just play this. He does not reset, so we're going to go first. Any cards he's going to play out, we're just going to kill immediately. Ooh, we got Flea Bottom. No targets for Flea Bottom, but at least he didn't reset. And we've got some cards we want to play out. We do have some targets for Val, which is really good, and then we'll have future targets for Flea Bottom. How much gold do we need? Okay, so I'm thinking we need 7 gold, 8 gold to play out Val, to play out Flea Bottom, and then to use Flea Bottom. So let's play this guy, because we'll be able to use this on future terms where King's Road is like a one-shot deal. We'll put Val into play. We'll play our King's Road. Then we can recur these characters we're going to lose with... Oh, that's not King's Road. That's Flea Bottom. We're going to recur it with Flea Bottom. But we'll also be able to put one into play with Val. So she's really good. And he's probably not going to be able to play out a whole lot of cards. See, he only has Bodyguard. All right. And then using Val and Wildling Scout twice, we're just going to ensure he can't block. It's going to be just really hard for him to make any kind of comeback. If he resets next turn, that'll be annoying, but at least we have Flea Bottom and targets with Flea Bottom. So we're just going to kill Randall. Yeah. I think just keeping characters off the board, that's the name of the game. So he'll be able to save Randall with the Bodyguard, but he'll have to kill him when we do a military, and we're going to stealth Randall with our Rattle Shirt. So we just gave stealth 2 with the Wildling Scout, so he cannot win this challenge. And he'll have to claim Randall. So really the only cards we're losing after we hit reserve are the economy, because Mag is dead. And we can recur the Crow Killers with Flea Bottom. So I think this is a really good plot for this deck. I mean, obvious, like hot take, right? But even if a newer player maybe plays this at the wrong time, I don't know that it's a death sentence. But if there is one bit of advice, I would say, like, just be careful when playing this. Keep in mind that you're going to have 0 cards at the end of the turn. Keep in mind how much gold you're going to have to spend. This would be the only like kind of hard card to play, because if you do play it inappropriately, it could really hurt you. And we're going to pitch all of these. But yeah, for anyone watching, like as you can see, this deck is just so easy. There aren't really tricks. There's some combos you can think of using Last of the Giants and knowing what challenges to win, and maybe if you're newer, you probably wouldn't think to put in Mance to have his Renly not be saved, but those are just things you'll pick up the more you play, and this is an easy enough deck that, you know, you will learn, like, wow, if I had just done that differently, I might have been able to win this game. And this is a deck that will enable you to win those games. We're just going to go ahead and play Counting Coppers. So he did Valor, kind of sucks, but we've got Economy, we've got Flea Bottom, and he's not going to have much. So we will have enough to play Varamir, or let's see what else we draw, because we are getting 2 more cards. And this is pretty easy to understand after your win or die turn. You're like, oh, I don't have any cards. You just play Counting Coppers, get some cards. So how much gold are we getting? We get 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking we play Gates of the Moon, we use Flea Bottom on the Crow Killers, and then we play Wildling Scout from our hand. Kind of my thought. We will just go ahead, play out Gates of the Moon, play out the Wildling Scout. We'll dupe this, in case he does have, like, political disaster. Alright, and we've got enough gold for Off to Gold Town if we want to play that, or we've got Flea Bottom. And if he doesn't play out any characters, we're probably going to do 2 Claim Intrigue. If he does, yeah, so we're just going to do some Intrigue. We're going to go ahead and put the Wildling Scout into play as opposed to Crow Killers, just because the Scout will keep itself in the discard pile by using its effect. And then we're just going to give the other Wildling Scout Off to Gold Town to give him an icon. So that's another reason to kind of save the Crow Killers. And this card replaces itself, so pretty easy. Alright, he ambushes in Shrewd Diplomat, which stand and removes a character. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. But we're going to have to kill that character. It has an ambush of 5? Interesting. I don't think I've seen this card. Stand that character and remove it from the challenge. I like that. It's pretty cool. We're just going to make sure to give him stealth so that that card doesn't get shuffled back into the discard, or back into the deck, or it goes to the bottom of the deck, sorry. But now it's back in the discard pile for us to use again on future turns. And we will do a military with this guy, having him kill his 1 character, and we'll do our agenda to get him Intrigue Claim, which will still put him down to 1 card. We just lost out on a power, maybe. 1 or 2. That's fine, though. I still think we're way ahead. I think even if you're a newer player, using the agenda wouldn't be too hard, because you're like, there's no power for me to take. I'm not going to make this be a power claim. Or there's no characters left to kill, so obviously I'm going to make it be an Intrigue, because he does have cards in his hand. Okay, our next plot is going to be maybe trading. No, let's do retaliation. Give him an excuse to go first. Oh, he played that. He played the king plot, so we can't use any of our effects. Little bit of a bummer. We can still use the Nightmares. We just can't use Flea Bottom or Varamir. But we'll have a gold enough to play out. I think both of these, yeah. It's got High Tower. He put a Milk of the Poppy on the Wildling Scout. And that's his turn, so we are going to just play out these guys. And we'll do 3 challenges. They won't be 2 claim, or they will, but it won't really matter. But if you're at the point where your opponent has no characters, no power, and no cards in hand, you've pretty much won the game. So I'm not complaining too much. We'll just make sure everyone does their own challenge. And then he'll win Dom, and that's at least power we can take. So, Intrigue, the Wildling Scout, we'll do a power with the Refugee and a military with Varamir. I like Varamir. I wish there were more cards like this where you get a bunch of different effects to choose from. I think that's really fun. It's a really toolboxy card. Like, we're kind of low on cards right now. We could have definitely used his Insight. Or if you really need to push through that challenge win, give him +5 strength. Stealth can help win challenges. Yeah, I really like Varamir. But I think 1 is fine. 1 in the deck is totally fine. There's not even a reason to use our agenda. We're just not going to use it. No point. He has no power to steal, but we'll just be getting unopposed power and slowly making our march towards 15. Then a military for another unopposed. He'll get Dom. Totally fine. It's better for one person to get Dom than to tie, in this situation at least. Because if we tied, then no one would get Dom, but at least now he's getting a power that we can steal on the next turn and hopefully win that turn. I imagine we're just probably going to win next turn. Unless something crazy happens. He already reset with Valor, so we can't play that one. If he had Dahirus, we would literally keep all of our characters. If he had Wildfire. If he has First Snow of Winter, that could be kind of annoying, but we have Flea Bottom to kind of get around that. We're definitely not going to play this, because we want him to have power, and we want to have power. So we'll just play trading. We'll help him out. Give him some gold. He definitely needs it. Alright, so we're giving him gold and he's getting cards. So this could be a turnaround point for him. It really comes down to you win or you die, because if he doesn't win, we might be winning this turn. Alright, so we do have a card to play. I'm grateful for that. Having these two is bad, but we have a character. I mean, that's the point, right? We always want to draw at least one character. And then we've got Flea Bottom to get, Crow Killers, or Wildling Scout. I think we're going to be just fine. We've got Nightmares for any problem cards we might run into. I am not worried about his scary 2-claim. Oh, he got some good cards. They will not be good enough. Especially with our Nightmares. Alright, oh, I forgot we could use him. Okay, so what do we want to give him? I'm thinking power and stealth with the cat trait. Let's give him power and stealth. We'll see what he throws our way. Yeah, I think Varamir is really cool. You can kneel out characters, you can draw cards. Super fun. Alright, Alright, he's thrown, I think, the first challenge this whole game he's thrown at us. He's doing a military of 4. We'll have to claim 2 if we lose this. So let's just win it. If we do this... What are our plots? We still marched, right? He's got this location, which will give him plus strength. I don't know, maybe we should just unoppose it, put a character into play for Flea Bottom. Just claim those 2. At least then he'll have more power to steal. I think that's fine. Let's just do that. If it was easier to win that challenge, we might, but... I mean, I guess we could have just nightmares that before. We will put Wildling Scout into play and just claim Wildling Scout and Wildling Scout. At this point, I think we're so far ahead that we're just going to win this turn. He might throw a power with Marjorie at us. But we will probably defend and win that. Because we don't want to lose 2 intrigue, or 2 power. We're going to nightmares this. We're gonna win that. We're gonna win that challenge. And we will win that. We'll just do Wildling Horde and then use his effect. Or we do these 2 and then do... No, because I think I'd rather have 2 challenges than the free folk. So yeah, we'll do the agenda, or the faction kneel for Wildling Horde to hopefully win this challenge. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use our faction kneel to win this power challenge. Hopefully he might have an event, but that's okay. Okay, so he doesn't have an event. We're going to lose this. And he's going to steal 2 power. He's really making us work for this win. I'm okay with. I think we will still get there. It just will be slower than we might have hoped for. We are going to do a military and a power challenge because he's going to lose his hand to reserve. There's no point in doing an intrigue. Then we'll at least win Dom. Next turn we'll play March to the Wall, probably march our refugee. Go first and try and close out the game. We'll see what happens. So I lasted 5 rounds and got up to 6 power. Is that better than most? First time I've played with this deck. Hard to say, LOL. LOL indeed. Deck's stupid strong. I've never liked it. That's fair. Free Folk gets a lot of hate. That's kind of the point of this video, is a deck that's so stupid strong, but easy enough to play that anyone can win with. I'm going to ask him. Do you think anyone could play with this deck and win? You have a YouTube channel or something? I do. I do. That's funny. I do have a YouTube channel. I assume that's what YT means. I hope it doesn't mean something else, because that is not... Yeah, you're getting 4 claim challenges. Okay. I think he's saying that anyone could play this deck and win. Just clarify. So you are saying that anyone can win with this deck. Now, this is just one man's opinion, or woman, one person's opinion. But I'd like to see... If it was like Miri and said instead of the original claim, but just adding on top is so strong. Agreed. No, I completely agree. It is strong, and that's why anyone can win with any deck. Oh, okay. I suppose that's true. Let's just go first and try and win the game here. Marched also works with Flea Bottom, which is nice. Is Val dead? Val is dead. That's alright. So we can't play any cards besides Flea Bottom, but I don't think we'll need to. That was kind of a dead draw, but I think we definitely got this. And the Eagle trait for that insight. That Eagle insight. And unopposed, I guess I just should have done the power. Ended things quickly, but I don't think anything about this game has been quick. It was a slow burn. Alright, GG. Thanks for the game. You too. Nice guy. You bet. Later. He left. Okay. Alrighty, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. I know these longer videos are kind of harder to digest. I just really want people to get a feel for how this deck is run. I think it has performed pretty well, and I truly believe that anyone can pick up this deck and do well with it. So it's all about the driver, or it's all about the car, not the driver in this example. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, because I'm so happy that Green Dreamers is back this year. And yeah, I will catch you next time on Green Dreamers.